If you're interested in learning how to cut and sew this corset top with armhole and Basque waistline, then keep watching. Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I am Queen and this channel is Jenny's Crowns. So in our previous video, we drafted out this cupped corset pattern with a Basque waistline and armhole. So I added 0.5 inch at the sides. Here I have my lining pieces here. So my fabric, I ironed hairstay to it. You can just iron hairstay on your fabric and also on your lining pieces. Okay, so this is the center back. I went ahead to cut 0.5 inch on this side. There's no allowance here because I already did that on my pattern. Then I added 0.5 inch at the shoulder and also at the lower part of the corset. Okay, so this is the center back. I added 0.5 inch at the sides, the side I'm going to join to this side back. So for the zipper region, there's no allowance, just this part. Okay, so I have two pieces for each back piece, for the center back and the side back. Then for the front pieces, I went ahead to cut it on fold. As you can see my 0.5 inch here at the bust region here, like this. Then another 0.5 at the lower region. So you can see it's on fold. All right, so now for my bra cups, I have two pieces here. I also have two pieces. So I went ahead to cut, while cutting I added 0.5 inch around my bra cups like this. You can see it here. So I went ahead to iron my hairstyle as well on these pieces. So I also have my lining pieces here too, as you can see. So this is what I have here. Okay, so you notice at the armhole region there's no allowance there, so take note of that. All right, so we're going to be working on this pieces first, this bra cup. So I'm going to pin it. You would want to notch your bust point on the fabric, so it's going to help you when joining the two cup pieces together. So I'm going to place them like this, then secure it with my pin, then notch the bust point. Like I said before, the reason why we're notching the bust point is to help us join these pieces the right way. So I am notching the actual fabric and also the lining fabric, or the lining pieces rather, at the same time. So I'm going to do the same thing for this other part here. Then I'm going to notch here, also just a tiny notch will do. After doing that, you can see how it looks. So go ahead and join your cups together. If my voice is not that clear, I'm sorry about that. I'm a bit under the weather. So I'm going to place my cup, my bra cups, the way I'm going to join them. So the smaller part is going to come to the center. So I'm going to join them like this. Remember, we notched the bust point, so I'm going to pin that down. So I'm going to arrange this and pin it. When joining your cup pieces, you're going to start from the lower part of the cup pieces and stitch it till you get to the top, this region here, this point where I'm pinning here. Okay, so this is how it's going to look when you're done stitching. I'm going to stitch with 0.5 inch because that is the allowance I give when transferring my pattern on my fabric. So I'm just going to secure this with my pin as well. Then when you're doing this, you're going to go ahead and stitch this with a straight stitch. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the lining pieces. Okay, so I'm going ahead to join it like this. I'm going to go ahead to notch. It's important to notch this part so that when you iron, you're going to open press this when ironing. That is why you need your tailor's ham. Okay, you need your tailor's ham for this so that you don't iron your cup flat. All right, so this is what I have. So I mentioned tailor's ham, right? So this is what I mean by tailor's ham. You should have this as a fashion designer or as a tailor. So I'm going to iron this flat. Okay, so now we are trying to create our bra cup or the foam we're going to use for our bra. So I'm just placing this curve here like this. All right, before doing this, make sure you've already transferred your pattern on your fabric. So I'm going to be using a foam, a bra foam, to create my cup. Okay, so I'll be making use of this bra cup or bra foam. I can't actually remember how much I got this foam. So for this foam, I'm going to make this foam double. All right, so go ahead and secure this with your pin like this. So when cutting your bra cup, you can use a thick wadding depending on whatever you want to use. It mustn't be this foam. So I'm going to cut exactly what I have on the bra cup. There's no need to add 0.5 inch of stitching allowance to this because I'll be using my zigzag stitch on this. But if you do not have a zigzag stitch and you want to use this foam, go ahead and join or add your 0.5 inch because you're going to just stitch it the normal way, like you're going to stitch the two cups the normal way you join pieces. You're going to join it by that 0.5 inch. That's if you're using a straight stitch. But because I'm going to use a zigzag stitch, I'm not giving any allowance, so I'm not adding any allowance to this. So you can see I'm cutting exactly what I have on the bra cup, on the pieces that I have here on my pattern paper. So I have two pieces for each like this. So I'm going to just stitch this like this using my zigzag. You don't need to place it on top, just join them together as you're stitching just zigzag. So I'm going to cut two more pieces for this. Okay, after cutting two more pieces for this, I'm going to use my hemming gum to join them together, to make it more thick or thicker. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and cut two pieces. So when I fuse them together like this, it's going to be thicker. All right. So I've gone ahead to use my hemming gum to join the two pieces. You can see it's thicker. So I'll just go ahead to my sewing machine and use my zigzag stitch and join them like this. Then I'll show you what it looks like. So you're going to, by this time, you have a thicker bra cup, and this is what you will have. So after joining them with my scissor stitch, you can see how it is. You can see how thick it looks. All right, see the inside. Then I'm going to get my bra cups like this and place them. See the way I'm placing this. Make sure that when placing your, should I call it cup, that is this foam here, your bra foam here, make sure that you have that 0.5 inch around because you're going to be joining this to your pieces. Hope that makes sense. So make sure that you want to trim this foam when and where necessary to make sure that you have that 0.5 inch where you can join this bra cup to the corset top. So I'm going to secure this with your pin. Do not rush this part. Make sure you're doing this the right way. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pin this like this. I'm going to use my hemming gum to join this bra cups to my fabric or to the bra pieces. So I've done that already, and I used my tailor's ham to iron this. That is why it's very important to have a tailor's ham. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and join this cups to my corset pieces. Like I said before, the reason why we left that 0.5 inch when joining or adding our bra foam is so that we can easily join this part. So watch, I'm going to start from this point. I'm going to secure this with my pin. I'm going to do that until I get to the end of this. So make sure you're pinning this the right way. So at the end, when you pin all the way to the other end, you will not have any excess here. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So by the time you join it like this, you can see they're the same length. Okay, so just go ahead and pin this the right way. If you're having excess here, that means you did not cut your fabric the right way, or you did not pin it or stitch it down the right way. So make sure you take note of this when cutting and when joining your bra cups to the corset or to the rest of the corset. So now, like I said before, this is a very simple top to make. If you do all this, you'll be able to get yourself or make yourself a very nice corset top. So now for this corset, there's going to be a twist to my own corset. Like for the inspiration, the top we're trying to recreate, you're going to go ahead and join this part. Okay, I've joined this part. Like I was saying, the top we're trying to recreate has a bone casing at the center, but I'm going to add a twist to mine. So these are the back pieces. This is the center, the side back, and the center back. Take note of how I'm placing these parts, like this and like this. All right, so I'm going to join this. Remember, we gave 0.5 inch joining allowance, so I'm going to join it for both sides, then give it a good press. So after stitching down, this is what I have, and this is my center piece. I'm going to go ahead to join the matching sides like this here. Okay, remember we're going to be using a zipper for this, so you're going to just pin the sides and also pin the other side. Also, if you want to stitch this down, or before you stitch this down, you can make sure you take note of your zipper allowance. Okay, so just go ahead and pin this like I'm doing. If you have any excess at the lower part of your corset, please go ahead and trim this out before joining these pieces or after joining the pieces together or the sides together. All right, so I'm just arranging this the way it should be. Then go ahead and secure this. So remember I spoke about the zipper region. This is what I have. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and iron this. That is my zipper region or my zipper allowance. Iron it here. I'll use this pin just to secure it. You can also use your pin just to secure it, or you go ahead and make a straight stitch, a loose stitch on that zipper region, so you can be able to be able to measure or put down your measurement on this. So I'm going to do the same here. Just put your measurement on your side, your bust measurement, waist measurement, and that will be it. So I'm just going to go ahead and iron the zipper part. So by the time I'm done, I will show you what I have. Okay, so I've gone ahead to iron this and also join my sides. You can see how it is. All right, so by this time you can see your corset top is coming out nicely. So I also have my lining pieces. Like I was saying, or like I said earlier, I won't be adding my bones on top of my actual fabric. I'm going to be doing that on my lining pieces. I'll be adding my bones on this part I've pointed. So I'll be making use of the sewable bones. So this is what I have. This is a sewable bone. You can see how soft it is. So I'm going to be placing, it's not actually too soft, but it's softer than the thick plastic. So I'm just going to be stitching on this side. You see how I'm placing this? So I'm just going to cut off this part. So by the time I join it together, I'm going to cut off the sharp points here. You can choose to bond this part a bit or use your masking tape on it. So I'm just going to place it like this, stitch it on the sides, then stitch here like this. You notice I have space at the lower part and also at the top part. Just stitch on the sides. This is what it looks like. You can see, you can choose to do your own differently, but this is what I am working on, or I'm using, because I do not want my bone channels or my bones to be visible on the fabric that I'm using or working on. So this is what I have. So I'm going to place my corset top like this, then also place my lining pieces like this, right sides facing each other. So make sure you arrange this properly. Okay, so I'm going to be stitching down these sides. I'm going to be stitching down here, then I won't join the shoulders. Let me adjust my camera for you to see clearly. Okay, so I'll be joining this part here. I won't join this part here. I won't join the shoulders, just here, the same thing for the other side. Then I'll also come here. I won't join the sides, that is the center back. Then I'll join this Basque region here I have at the waistline. Then I will turn over from the side, that is the center back. So I'll show you. You should just do this. I'm stitching down with 0.5 inch, okay, because that is the allowance I gave. So just go ahead and arrange this. Take note of where we're stitching down, okay. So after doing this, we'll give this a very good press. So this is what it looks like, okay. Just go ahead and notch all around. It's important you notch very well, but not too much. Notch every part that you stitch down, so that when you turn this over, it will be easy for you, okay. So just go ahead and notch only the region where you joined together. So after doing this, I'm going to turn this over, turning this over from the opening we have at the center back. So I'm going to turn this like this. Take your time here, okay. So I'm going to use my scissors to push this out like this. I have to speed up this part, so I'm using my scissors to push this out like this. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to go ahead to iron this. So this is what I have after ironing. This is my zip. I'm using this black zip. You can make use of any zip as long as it matches your top. So I'm going to fix this. So before that, we're going to join our shoulders. I'm going to join this part. Then also you're going to go ahead, after joining, you use your weaving machine to weave this to make it clean, to have a clean finishing, right? So I'm going to secure this with my pin here, then stitch with 0.5 inch, then weave. Then I'm going to fix my zipper here. This is the finished look of our corset top. Please go ahead and like this video, click on the notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos, and of course please subscribe. So until next time, bye.